What is your American dream?
I'm from China, and my American dream is to do the works I intended to do in this interesting place and communicate with other people from all over the world.
I'm from India. My American dream is to enjoy this inclusiveness and freedom of America and have fun while it lasts.
I'm from New York, and my American dream is for everyone to be able to make the most of themselves.
I'm from Belgium. The American dream for me, for living in New York, would be ideal to have a house that looks nice but is not too expensive, and work in Manhattan, have a major salary, to have a bit of money at the side for health insurance, because you never know, you might get into trouble.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome everybody. Oh, my tie. What are you? What?
Never.
Down, up, which way?
Never fails.
Is this straight now?
Now.
Good. Welcome everybody. Never fails. I'm always getting dressed
Right.
the first 20 seconds of the show.
Because you come into the studio naked.
Correct.
And then he's just like.
Correct. The only person in the entire law firm who knows that secret was you.
Thank you.
I don't come in naked. Come on. Don't start spreading rumors around. People will be like, yo, wait, what's going on between you and Yo-Yo over there, right?
Oh, no,
nothing's happening. I come in fully clothed. I just come in a bit disheveled.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. It is January 23rd. You may be wondering why I'm in a suit. I'm an attorney. This is what attorneys wear. I'm in the attorney suit today. This is what lawyers wear.
Yeah.
I said one day for Brad Show Live, after, I don't know, 300 of these shows, 350 shows, whatever we've done so far, I should wear a tie.
Have you never worn a tie?
Never on this show have I ever worn a tie. This is the first time ever.
Wow, this is history in the making.
History in the making. Okay?
And I'm here to witness it.
It is a very, very special day today,
Yeah.
Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias.
Why is that?
Because I decided to wear a tie.
Okay.
All right.
This is Brad Tie Day.
And where's your uniform?
I didn't get the news. Nobody told me.
Nobody told
See?
you. Black shirt, Ralph Lauren sweater. I see cashmere, very fancy.
A little bit.
Yes. Black label, very fancy.
Just a little.
Yes. Wait, why are you wearing such a fancy sweater today?
Because it's Brad Tie Day. So I was just like, I need to be fancy like him.
All right. So let's say hello. Oh boy. I can't say hello to anybody because I just my stream just went just went blank on me here. So why don't you start off saying hello to people while I figure out how to get back on Facebook here.
Sure. So I have Dion Watson, Squad Up, Tamika Nelson, Jessica Leamy, Earth Angel A. Keisha saying Squad Up, Uncle Brad and Yo-Yo, Squad Up. We have, I said Dion Watson, Nini God Pickney. We have Jasmine Caballero saying Squad Up family, we are here.
By the way, Tamika Nelson saying, Brad, I love it when you get dressed up.
Ooh. I told you they're going to love that.
I don't know. I wasn't sure how people would take it.
Come on now.
Right.
Come on.
Because this is a little stiff.
What comes out your mouth ain't stiff, though.
I hope not.
Okay.
I hope not.
All right, so we have Andreen Spence, Star Girl Mika saying big up to Spar and Bernstein. Trust me, I wish you all many blessings and thanks.
All
like
right.
that.
All right, let me say hello to Back It Up Ricky on YouTube. Tanisha Brown saying hello, Jonathan. Angela Rolling, Squad Up, Jean Love. Hello, everybody. By the way, Jean Love can't seem to get it right. Because she says today, hi Nesquik, sorry about yesterday, I didn't know you were going to be on. But she's saying hello to Nesquik, but Nesquik's not on today.
So you would say hello to her when she's not here,
when she's
but
not
you're not
here.
going to say it to
She
me?
can't seem to get it right. She can't seem to get it going. Andre Moore, Squad Up, do you guys ever answer questions from DM? Yes, we do. Karen Padmore saying hola. And Jack A. Harris saying Netflix and chill. No. Brad Show Live and chill. Yes. Check mark. Check mark. Getting the comments of the day, the pre-comments of the day right in
I
here.
like that.
Andre Moore, looking forward to another fully informative show today. And Antonio Trudeau with also another pre-comment of the day. I'll pat myself on the back. Brad is wearing a tie today. Brad for president. Hashtag squad up.
There you go.
There we go. And on Instagram.
Yes.
And I've been getting some slack from our Instagram viewers.
Really?
That we've kind of giving them a little bit of a short thrift, I guess is.
How? They have
because
have a whole competition just for them.
Well, they claim, the Instagram viewers claim that we never ever comment about anything that anybody ever says on Instagram.
Oh, like a comment of the day?
Comment of the day, we kind of
Is there
leave
anything
them,
worth a comment of the day on
Let's
there?
see what we have so far. I see a lot of people joined. I see a laugh.
Sorry, that's
And
not
Natasha Copeland 106 with the pre-comment of the day. You looking good, Brad.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you very much. And Jilly Go. Jilly Go also
Know
with
who
the
that is.
pre-comment of the day. Squad up to the lovely Brad Squad.
Awesome.
All right. Why don't you tell everybody what they need to do while I stretch and get ready for some schmoozing, yo?
Oh, yeah. All right, everybody on Facebook, everyone on YouTube, and everyone on Instagram. Since you guys are feeling like you're left out, I'm going to say Instagram again, just for you guys. I need you all to join the Brad Show Live page on Facebook, all right? So this is not where we shoot the show or show the show. This is an actual VIP fan page that you guys get many incentives. You guys get a lot of different gifts. One of the main ones is that you guys can actually ask your questions any time of the day. And the first 5 that we get on that page, we're gonna ask before social media check-in. So you guys get a guaranteed. There's no other people that get guaranteed unless you guys join this page. All right, so easy. All you have to do, join. Put Brad Squad on Facebook. It's easy. I had to look at it right there. Put Brad Squad on Facebook and make sure you join it, okay? Now, everyone on Facebook, I want you guys all to listen to me, all right? Look into my eyes. I need you all to share right now, all right? We need to get this show out. This is Thursday. This is post-hump day, all right? And I know you guys are sharing a lot because you know everybody wants to hear hump day news, but today is gonna be just as good, so I need you guys to go just as hard in sharing. All you have to do is click that little arrow, share it to anyone's page, share it to groups, share it to inbox. It's really easy. Click the arrow and it literally will tell you where you can share it to. All right, make sure you put all your comments and questions in the comment section right now. Like, love, smiley face, sad face, wow face. We're going to be doing schmoozing with Brad soon. We're going to be talking to a lot of people about their situation. Make sure you show some love and tell us how you're feeling by pressing those little emojis. All right, now on YouTube. First things first, I need you guys all to subscribe, and not only you guys subscribe, but I need you to tell your friends and family to subscribe as well. When you guys are talking about the show and you're showing them the YouTube page and all that, literally just take their phone or just take their finger and make sure they press that little red button and that little bell right next to it so you can make sure you find out whenever we come on live or whenever we actually upload a video. All right, and also on there, make sure you put in all your questions right now. The beginning of the show, put it in right now. Get a better chance of getting that answered, all right?
By the way, on Instagram,
Yes.
we're running a contest. Get a free consultation with me. We're gonna pull the names out of our machine. I call it the machine.
Yeah.
Most other people in the world, 99.99% would call it a drum.
Yes.
I call it the machine.
I call it the machine.
And we put your name in the machine. We're going to do it every Wednesday. We're going to give away a free consultation valued at $200. All you need to do is go to our @BradShowLive Instagram page, follow @BradShowLive, scroll down and find the post with the free consultation. That's what it looks like right there. Like that post and tag 5 friends.
Woo!
You'll get your name into the machine once. If you tag 10 friends, you'll get your name in twice. If you tag 15 friends, 3 times. And if you tag 20 friends, we'll put your name up to 4 times in that machine for tagging 20 friends, giving you 4 times the chance to win that free consultation.
Guess how many comments there are?
How many?
54 comments.
54 people already.
In one day. It might not be
Right.
54 people
Now,
because
did 54 people like it? Did they follow the directions?
we're going to have to find
Because
out.
you have to not only tag 5 people, you gotta like the post. There's 3 things you gotta do, Yo-Yo. Follow Bradshaw Live, like the post, and then tag 5 friends.
I mean, 310 people liked it.
So that means, I think,
I'm
the
pretty
50
sure the
people
54
who tagged their friends
yes.
probably did that.
Yes. All right. And not only will you guys on Instagram have that competition, but you also have to make sure you actually share this live show. Okay. So you see this little picture right here. Make sure you look for it. That's the picture that you're going to have to like and comment under. All right. But not only that, go to your Instagram live right now and DM this video to any of your friends and family. All right. Now let's find out what's going on in the world with Schmoozin' with Brad.
So, Yo-Yo, have you been following the impeachment at all, or not really?
No, I wait for you.
You wait for me.
Yeah.
Yo-Yo tells me, this is the truth, by the way. Yo-Yo tells me, because I really don't really follow the news.
Yeah.
I get all my news from Brad
No,
live on the show.
I'm telling you, my friend was talking about the corona
virus?
virus, and she was like, there's this virus going around. I was like, coronavirus,
Yeah.
I already know it, because of Brad.
It's very true. So, opening arguments were on their way in the Senate today. House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff, he's the head manager, the head prosecutor for the House of Representatives, prosecuting Donald Trump for impeachment. He was laying out the case, including using highlight reels featuring the president's own words. Let's watch.
Donald J. Trump, the 45th President of the United States, has acted precisely as Hamilton and his contemporaries feared.
Yes, so he has invoked Alexander Hamilton. He has asked everybody to go see the Broadway show.
Basically.
We have another one. Let's watch.
Let's hear the president's own words.
Then I have an Article 2 where I have the right to do whatever I want as president.
Well, we're fighting all the subpoenas.
So basically what they did, we had the videos backwards. I always thought that the first one was going to be and then the Hamilton
Right.
after. But what they did, what shifted was, he's really laying it out for the American people. He knows the Senate is not going to impeach Donald Trump.
Right.
But what he's doing is he's laying out all of the sound bites and the video for the American people to watch over and over and over again. The video of Trump saying, hey, Russia, release the emails. Saying, hey, I could, shoot somebody going down Fifth Avenue and nobody would impeach me. The video of it was a perfect call. The video of Mike Mulvaney, who was the chief of staff, saying, yeah, Donald Trump was bribing the president, so
Right.
what? And it goes back to what I was saying yesterday, which is the Democrats are saying you don't have to have a criminal penal code violation to be impeached as the president of the United States. And the Republicans are saying unless he commits a crime under the U.S. Penal Code, Donald Trump can do whatever he wants. He's the executive. He's the all-powerful president. So there is nothing under the U.S. Penal Code that says abuse of power by a president is a crime. You don't go to jail for it.
Right.
Now, Gerald Nadler, who's also one of the managers, he came out today and he laid out the arguments why it is still impeachable despite the fact that it is not a criminal code violation.
Right.
It's not a penal code violation of the U.S. Code under federal criminal statutes. And what he said, and he laid out for 1 straight hour, and what he said was basically it is a crime against the Constitution, it is a breach of the public trust,
Right.
and you cannot have a president of the United States violate the laws and try to rig an election and try to cheat in an election and then say that's okay, he's allowed to do it because he's the president of the United States of America.
Exactly.
And he actually even laid out in a video one of President Trump's fiercest defenders, Lindsey Graham in the Senate, when he was impeaching Bill Clinton, Lindsey Graham came out in a speech in the Senate and said, even though what Bill Clinton may not have done was commit a crime, what he did was a breach of the public trust, and it was a violation of his oath to the office, and he should be impeached. But now that the shoe's on the other hand, they say no.
They're like, no.
No. So all of this, Yo-Yo, all of this is preordained. We know Trump is still going to be the president unless something crazy happens.
Right.
Okay? This is all to set up for an election that is coming in about 8 to 9 months from now, to basically woo a lot of the people who are sitting on the fence, a lot of the suburban voters, to go Democrat and say, do you really want this person to be president of the United States? Is this the guy you want to represent you, who is basically breaching your own trust in him? And that's kind of where we're at right now. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, he's in Davos, and something fell, but whatever it fell, we'll figure it out later. Donald Trump is in Davos, and he said that Mark Zuckerberg, he thinks, is going to run for president one day.
That's wild.
Yeah, he says of the concept Mark Zuckerberg for president, that wouldn't be too frightening. Now, Trump also was marveling at the brilliance of Elon Musk.
Oh yeah.
You know who Elon Musk is?
Yes.
He's the guy who started Tesla, and he has the rocket company. Right. So what he said about...
Isn't he from like South Africa or something like that?
He's from South Africa, right, but he's now an American citizen.
Right.
Trump complimented his genius, and then he complimented Elon Musk's genius. And he says, you got to give him credit. I spoke to him very recently, and he's also doing this rocket thing. This is how Trump talks.
Yeah.
And he does good at rockets too, by the way. I never saw where the engines come down with no wings, no anything, and they're just landing. This is how Trump talks. I mean, he
like
sounds like a 5-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Right. Meanwhile, the funniest comment that came out of Davos with Donald Trump is he goes, we need, when he's talking about all these entrepreneurs, Mark Zuckerberg may run for president, Elon Musk may run, as a genius, and he has rockets without wings, and that's a genius thing, and we got to protect them. And then he says this, which was the funniest thing that made me laugh. He says, we got to protect Thomas Edison, and we got to protect all these people, that came up with the light bulb and the wheel. What? Thomas Edison did not come up with the wheel. The wheel was invented 5,500 years ago by the Mesopotamians, like right after the cavemen. It was like one of the first inventions ever. But we got to protect those people, Mesopotamians. But we got to protect them as well.
It gives me a headache.
We have video. Let's watch.
We have to protect our genius. We have to protect Thomas Edison, and we have to protect all of these people that came up with originally the light bulb and the wheel.
He thinks the wheel was invented in America, Jonathan. So this Wuhan clan virus.
Oh God.
I'm calling it the Wuhan clan virus, but that wasn't that like a music band?
Wu-Tang.
That Wuhan. So either way.
I was like, is he trying to say Wu-Tang?
I think I was.
Staten Island.
So the coronavirus outbreak.
Yeah, oof.
The coronavirus. There's 17 people are now dead in China. The World Health Organization is now currently debating whether to call it a worldwide epidemic.
Hell yeah, do it.
The city of Wuhan, not Wu-Tang.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, is now under lockdown, which means as many as 11 million people are living in uncertainty. Authorities in the Chinese capital of Beijing have canceled all large-scale New Year celebrations. The Lunar New Year is the biggest travel event in the world. And a few Olympic qualifying events have also been moved from this area as a precaution. As we said yesterday, a Washington state man in his 30s, he's been diagnosed with coronavirus.
Oh, no.
Passengers traveling from Wuhan to the United States will soon only be able to land in 5 U.S. airports that have special screening and people in the ET suits, to make sure that they're not sick. But I'm going to tell you something. I would not want to be on the airplane.
Heck no.
Right, with any of those people.
I wouldn't
Because if
either.
you're on that airplane and one person's sick,
You got
everybody's
it,
sick.
yeah.
Can you imagine if you're the pilot or you're like the stewardess on that plane?
No,
You'd be
I
like,
can't
you'd be
because
like,
I would
I
skip
quit.
it. Yeah.
I quit.
Yeah. There's no way.
Now they say that there's evidence that's showing that more distant contact could spread the virus, such as if a sick person were to sneeze or cough near somebody's face. So I mean, it's not necessarily by touching other people.
That's even worse.
And this coronavirus, they say, is very closely related to the SARS. Remember the SARS outbreak, and people were freaking out. And the other one, and what was it? MERS, MERS, also. What else is happening? Now, the UN has called for an investigation. Did you hear this? The UN has called for an investigation after the Saudi crown prince implicated in the hack of Jeff Bezos' phone. I don't understand what's up with that. Why was he doing that? United Nations experts released a statement saying that they are gravely concerned by information they've received, suggesting a WhatsApp account belonging to Saudi crown prince Mohammed bin Salman was used to deliver spyware to the mobile phone of Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos. What? Now, this WhatsApp, they promote it as it's unhackable.
Really?
Right? You're supposed to be able to have free communication.
Okay.
But apparently it's hackable. Everything is hackable.
Yeah,
Everybody's listening.
Like,
Everybody's listening. Now, why would they do that? I don't know why. What was up with Saudi Arabia and Jeff Bezos?
I have no idea.
The only thing I could think of, and I'm now being conspiracy theory. Okay, Saudi Arabia wants the United States on their side, especially Donald Trump, especially after I don't need to guess. I'm going to guess anyway. Wow, I'm getting yelled at. Now, I was right, Jill. I said, I bet you it's about Khashoggi.
Right.
And he was working as a columnist for the Washington Post. I was about to say it. And he was working as a newspaper writer for a newspaper owned by Bezos. He owns the Washington Post. So Khashoggi was a dissident who had been critical of the Saudi government. The Saudi government killed the writer, this journalist, in the Turkish embassy. And Jeff Bezos is the owner of the Washington Post. Donald Trump and Jeff Bezos are enemies.
They're enemies, right.
And Saudi Arabia is trying to kiss up to Donald Trump.
Ooh.
So there's a lot going on there. A lot going on there. A lot of drama. This is frightening.
What?
The Doomsday Clock. Did you hear about this
what
Doomsday
is
Clock?
this?
So the Doomsday Clock is a clock that's announced every year, like how close the world is. How close the world is to the end of the world.
What?
And it's decided on by a group of scientists and astrophysicists, and they move the clock closer and closer to midnight. Once the clock hits midnight, they say that is the end of the world.
Is that close?
It is that close. We were last year 2 minutes to midnight. Now we are 100 seconds to midnight. Yes, on Thursday, the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists announced the Doomsday Clock moved to 100 seconds to midnight, the closest symbolic point from an apocalypse since 1953. Astrophysicist Robert Rosner, who sits on the Science and Security Board of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists, said, the fact that the clock is now a mere 100 seconds from midnight signals really bad news. What we said last year is now a disturbing reality, and that things are not getting better. So what do they cite that we're getting closer to doomsday?
Right. What do they cite?
The Iran nuclear deal, the reemergence of North Korea's nuclear capabilities, the continued build-out of weapons from the United States, Russia, and China.
Lord
so this
have mercy.
Doomsday is basically nuclear annihilation.
Right.
In sum, the situation is extremely dangerous and demands an emergency response. Sivan Carther, a senior scientist at the Stockholm Environment Institute, noted that time is running out for the planet to get emissions goals also set for the 2015 Paris Climate Agreement.
That's kind of scary because I just had a dream.
What was your dream?
That I think it's weird to say, but just like 2 nights ago, I woke up. It was a nightmare. I was driving with my brother, and then all of a sudden, like in the back, I see like this huge nuclear bomb, like that kind of like blew up, and like we just crashed, and then it blacked out after that. Like you could see it coming towards us. So that's kind of scary to me.
You need to go speak to somebody about this. You really need to go speak to somebody about this.
You saying this right now is scaring the hell out of me.
Had the nuclear scientists known this fact?
My dream?
Had they known this fact perhaps we would have been 90 seconds.
What?
Because this is pretty scary too. Mr. Peanut, the Planters icon, the peanut guy with the top hat.
Yes.
He's dead.
Yes.
He has died
104
after 104 years old. They killed Mr. Peanut.
Oh,
This guy is no longer going to be around.
that's so sad.
Why would they do that?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Since 1916?
Yeah, the Kraft Heinz company has revealed that Mr. Peanut is now dead. Samantha Hess, Planters brand manager, said in a statement, "It is with heavy hearts that we confirm Mr. Peanut has passed away at 104 years old. He will be remembered as the legume who always brought people together for nutty adventures and a good time. It turns out that the Peanut's untimely demise occurred following a horrible car accident with his friends Wesley Snipes and Matt Walsh." What?
Yeah.
How did Wesley Snipes get involved in this?
He was in the car with Mr. Peanut.
Oh my God.
The whole commercial.
So apparently what happened was the three men were taking a road trip, just, Mr. Peanut,
That's
Wesley
it, you
Snipes,
see?
right? And what happened was an armadillo caused the Nutmobile to swerve off a cliff. The three travelers ended up hanging from a small branch, and in a final act of heroism, Mr. Peanut purposely fell to his death in order to save Wesley Snipes and Walsh.
Oh, that's sad.
I think that Mr. Peanut will eventually be coming back at some point.
Really?
I think so.
Ah,
I
makes
don't know
sense.
why. I think they'll find him survive down at the bottom or something.
No, the bus or the Nutmobile like blew up.
Yeah, but he fell off.
He fell on top of the Nutmobile,
Oh,
and
it
then
did.
and then
They
it blew up.
the Nutmobile?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's really
no,
gone.
yeah, he's like roasted peanuts.
He's a roasted peanut now. All right. Why don't you tell everybody what they need to do while I get ready to answer some immigration questions?
All right, everybody on Facebook. First things first, you guys know what we got to do now is do your watch parties. All right, so this is a big way of getting the show out, so it's very easy. Literally, all you have to do is click share. An option down that says host a watch party. It'll show how many friends you have online. Just click start, takes the video from our page to your page. Do that. Make sure you invite people one by one or at them or even text them and say, hey, I'm starting my watch party. Make it look like I'm lit. I want you guys all to come on to my watch party and start commenting. That makes you look pretty cool. All right, so do that and make sure you send them over to the main page as well. All right, and on YouTube, now first things first, you guys have to subscribe. You already know that's the first thing, and tell all your friends and family and your children, whoever has a phone or a YouTube account, to make sure they subscribe to Brad Show Live and put all your questions in there now. Oh yeah, I didn't say this before. I need you guys all to do the thumbs up. You already know why we do that. We don't have to say why we're gonna do it, but I need you guys to blast the thumbs up. So on YouTube, that little gray thumb, I want you to make it blue. All right, so everybody do that right now. You guys can also share by copying the link and sending it in a text message blast. You can use any text message app, WhatsApp, which is now hackable.
It's hackable. The Saudi prince is able to do it.
Yeah.
So much for encrypted communication, right?
So much for that. All right, so you guys can use WhatsApp, you can use Viper, you can use any text message app that you have, and also create a post and send it to your community. It's very easy. It literally just says create a post. You put in a little description, press post. It's that easy. It sends it to your whole community. All right, now everybody, last things last. Everybody on Instagram Live, I want you guys to make sure you DM this live video to all of your friends, your family. Even if you don't have friends or family on Instagram, anybody that you think might benefit from this, just tell them to go on to Instagram Live and tell them to also like the page and follow the Instagram Live video. And last thing, we do have the competition to win a free consultation worth $200 with Brad Bernstein himself. You guys make sure you find this little picture right here. I'm gonna count how many.
It's the second
1, 2,
column
3,
down.
4. So it's the second column down. The first one on the second column is the fourth post. Make sure you guys look for this picture. All you have to do is like it, tag 5 friends. If you tag 5 friends, you get put into the drawing once. If you tag 10 friends, you get put into the drawing twice, and so on. So make sure you do that. Tell your friends and family also to do that. All right? Anything else?
That is it.
All right, guys. Now it's time for you guys to call in and get answers to your immigration questions.
Let's go to Roger. He's in Brooklyn. Roger.
Good afternoon.
1 second, Roger. Now we're ready for you. What's going on?
Hi, my wife. Good afternoon. My wife applied for an immigrant visa, and she had to go for the interview in Barbados.
Right.
So at the interview, they told her she's missing my task transcript and photos. So they didn't take her passport, and she's been there from November 20.
Did you submit what they were requested?
Yes.
When did you submit it?
After I submitted majority information before, and during the interview, after the interview, and they asked for 2 more pieces of information, I submitted that like 10 days after.
So you submitted that early December?
Yeah.
All right, you got to give them 120 days from early December, unfortunately. If you show up to an interview at a U.S. embassy and they ask for additional documentation, it's 120 days they have to make a decision from the time you submit that additional documentation. So if you submit it in early December, it's an unfair rule. I mean, they make you wait an extra 4 months, but I'm just telling you what the law is, and unfortunately there's nothing you can do about it. You just got to wait it out. So early December, that means January, February, March. You're probably not going to hear anything till the end of March, early April.
I see the case online saying administrative process.
That's exactly it. They're not going to give you a decision till the end of March or early April.
Okay, so would they refuse her at that time?
I have no idea if they're going to refuse her. If you follow what they asked to submit and your wife otherwise qualifies, they should give her a green card. I have no idea what you submitted. Well, you're asking me what's going to happen, and I'm telling you they're going to make a decision based on the documentation that you gave them the end of March.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so hang in there.
All right.
Let's go to Paray in Atlanta, Georgia. Paray.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, so my dad recently put in my paperwork,
yes.
and he doesn't want to do it anymore. So how should I go about this?
Yeah, well, you can't force the man to do it. If he's a terrible father, doesn't want to help his child, you got to figure out another way.
So, but the document is already in to USCIS.
But you can't force somebody to do something they don't want to do. There is no law that says my dad filed for me. My dad is a jerk. I got into a fight with him. Is there a visa for children of dads who are jerks? No, there aren't. No matter, so unfortunately that's it. You got to figure out another way.
Okay, another question. Is there an interview still, even though that's my dad?
Are you over 21 or under 21?
I'm 18.
You're 18 years old. They're going to schedule you for an interview, yes.
Okay.
Now you're 18 years old.
Yeah.
Who do you live with?
My auntie.
So why doesn't your aunt get legal guardianship of you, prove that it's not in your best interest to be reunited with your father, who's a jerk, and do a special immigrant juvenile?
Yeah, I could try that.
You can do that. You'll get a green card in less than a year. You don't have to cry at your pillow anymore. All right? Give me a call. Yeah. Hold on. Let's go to Amara in Somerset, New Jersey. Amara.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's going on?
My husband, I applied for asylum. When I go for the interview, they require me for immigration first. So I got married. My husband filed for me. Luckily, when I go to the interview, I get approved. If he filed for me and my kids, they approve all of us, the 4 of us, me and my kids. My kids, and the 2 are in Syria. The other one is in Liberia right now. So I don't know if they can allow all of them to go to Liberia for the interview, because December they went to Liberia for a visitor visa, but they denied them. They said why
you can't get a visitor's visa if your husband's filing for them. When you say you got how did you come to the United States?
Through my job.
Okay, so did you adjust your status? When you say approved, I don't know what approved means. Did you adjust your status and get a green card?
He filed it.
Do you have a green card right now?
No.
Did you file an adjustment? Did you file an adjustment application?
I'm in immigration court. My next hearing is...
Oh, you're in immigration court. I understand. I didn't understand that. All right, so once the I-130 is approved, they should terminate your deportation and allow you to adjust. Your children who are in another country can't get visitor's visas when their mother's in removal and the stepfather's filing for them. They're going to be turned down. Once you get through with your green card, that's when the children, they're probably not even going to give them green cards till you get through, especially if you're in removal right now.
Okay, so we just need to hold on everything, even though they get approved, right?
Correct.
Because
I mean, you can start processing them at the National Visa Center by all means, and let them go for an interview at the U.S. Embassy from whatever country they live in. Don't stop processing them. I'm just saying that it's possible that the U.S. Embassy, when they go for their interview, may say, we're going to hold up issuing the immigrant visa till we know that you get through.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So because my husband is worried, he thinks like they're gonna send me back, then I can get an interview to come in for the green card.
Why would they send you back? You came here legally, right?
I don't know, because he's worried about that. Because
no, you came here legally. You should be able to adjust your status. If he's concerned, he should have a consultation with us. Hold on. Let's go to Io in Sayville, New Jersey. Io. Ayo.
Hi, good evening. Hi, Brad. Good
How
evening.
Are you?
I'm good, thank you. Okay, please, I have just two questions. My husband filed for me in 2018. I got my EAD in March 2019. And then last year, September, I was called up for an interview. Then October, the following month, I was called up for another one. Now my EAD expired in.
What do you mean
December.
you got called up for an interview? You went for an adjustment interview, and then you got a Stokes interview? What was happening at these interviews? What do you mean by interviews? You got called up. I don't know what that means.
For the I-4.
So you got an adjustment interview. What happened at the first interview? Why didn't you get your green card?
The first one, they said it didn't go.
Okay, so they didn't believe it was a real.
Well,
they didn't
and
believe
they
it.
called for another one.
Okay, and then at that one they separated you into two different rooms.
Yes, sir.
That's called the
Yeah,
Stokes
the second
interview.
one, they
And how did that
separated
go?
us, yeah. Yes, it did go. That went well, but
Okay.
then they didn't say nothing. They didn't.
So what's your question to me?
Okay, so up until now, I've not heard anything, and my EAD expired
So
last
renew your work
last month.
Renew your work permit. You've already gone on the
Okay.
interview. Either they're going to
Okay.
approve you, or they're going to write you a very lengthy letter explaining why you're denied, and they don't believe it's a real marriage. I don't know. I wasn't there at the interview, so I don't know how it went. You tell me it went well, so hopefully you'll get an approval.
Okay, sir. Then another question that I have is, can I still travel within the
Yes.
United States? Because my driver's license expired last month.
Yes. Get a new driver's
Okay.
license and travel on your passport. Either one. Renew your work permit. You can travel on any of those valid documents.
Okay, I can travel with my passport. My
You can travel with your passport.
International passport.
You can travel with you can travel with the passport issued by your country that you were born in.
Yes.
You can travel with a work permit if you renew it. You can travel with your driver's license if you renew it. You can't renew your driver's license until you renew your work permit.
Yes, sir. What I'm saying is, I have not renewed my driver's license.
We're talking in circles. I said renew your work permit. When you renew your work permit, you can renew your driver's license. You can, in the meantime, travel on your passport. I don't know what's going to happen on your interview. You had a Stokes. You told me it went well. Hopefully you get an approval. The longer it takes, historically, from my experience, the longer it takes to hear back from immigration, more likely that you're going to get denied because they got to write a whole letter explaining why they don't believe it's a real marriage. If they're going to approve you, it's a form letter. It's much easier to do. So usually, the longer it takes, I start getting worried that you're going to get denied. The shorter it takes, that means most likely what's in the mail is going to be a green card. All right, but at this point, there's nothing I can do to help you other than to tell you to wait and see what happens.
Okay, sir, but then I can still travel within the states with my international passport and not have a problem with the TS.
How many times have I answered that question? Yes.
All right, sir.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. Sir. Yeah.
Let's go to Fam in Dallas, Texas. Fam.
Hey, what's going on, Brad?
How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Yes, my I-45, no, my green card was sent to the wrong address. I already trying to call the post office, couldn't get an answer. And what can I do as far as getting sent to the right address?
Did immigration get the green card mail back to them?
The only thing I can track is showing that it was delivered to the wrong address.
All right, so if immigration didn't get the green card returned to them, they're going to make you fill out a new I-90, pay a filing fee, and just make sure that the address that's on the I-90, you can get your mail there.
Oh, okay. How much is the filing fee, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it's $5.40 off the top of my head, but I'm never good with filing fees. All right?
Yeah, so I gotta pay for.
Yeah, if it was first call immigration, see if it was returned, because if it was returned to them, they'll mail back the returned green card. If it was never returned to them, then you're gonna have to pay the fee again.
All right, and how long does it take to receive the?
About 12 to 16 weeks.
Oh, okay. All right, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's go to Youssef in Providence, Rhode Island. Youssef.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I do.
Yeah. So for my citizenship, I came here in the last 2 weeks of 2016. So since I came in December, I didn't have to file taxes because I just came in for that year. And now I'm filing for citizenship, but they require 3 tax returns, and I only got 2 because 2019 taxes is not filed yet. Is there a problem in that?
You're basing your citizenship based on a bona fide marriage to your spouse, correct?
Yeah.
You entered the United States in 2016 with a green card?
CR1.
Yes? The answer is yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your wife earned money in 2016?
Yes, she did.
Even if you earned $0, you should have filed a joint tax return. Go amend the tax return.
How long does that take to amend them?
How long does it take to amend a tax return? As long as it takes to sit in an accountant's office.
Oh, so it's not long because my interview is next week.
No, go do it right now.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
All right. Let's go to Tony in Waterbury, Connecticut. Tony. 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 Going once for Tony. Going twice for Tony. And it looks like Tony is gone. What do we got here? In today's Spar Bernstein attorney close-up, personal injury attorney. No. Is this Jonathan Aftalan or is this Moshe? Immigration attorney Jonathan Aftalan talks about common questions he's asked by clients. Let's watch.
The most common question I get is, as parents, how they can help their undocumented children, especially in this day and age where DACA isn't being granted to these minor children. And there are ways to help them. There's something called special immigrant juvenile status, whereby if you're under the age of 21 and reunification is not possible with at least one of your parents, there are ways to help you get green cards for your undocumented children. We've been getting that question a lot, and then we've been able to help a lot of people get their green cards as well. The second question that I'm asked a lot of times by clients is whether them as the petitioner, they could file for someone even though the petitioner has a criminal record. And a lot of times the answer to that is yes. When the government's looking to give a green card to a beneficiary of a petition, they look at the beneficiary's criminal record. So the petitioner's criminal record most of the time does not apply to the actual petition being filed. Something that we encourage our clients to do is to ask any questions that they may have. There's no such thing as a stupid question. You come in, it's on your mind, it's making you worry. And there are ways that we can resolve your concerns. So if you have questions, feel free to come in to ask us, and we'd love to meet you.
Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. Try Tony one last time. Tony?
Hi, Uncle Brad. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. What's up?
Yeah, I have 2 questions.
Go ahead.
My sister and live with her husband, and she get married, and so they file. Her husband filed for her, and then she get her temporary green card.
All right, this is your sister's husband filed for her. She got his temporary green card. Okay, and?
Yeah, so the husband, daughter, and my sister getting to a 5.
Right.
However, both of them get arrested. They went to court and they annulled the case. So, and then she get in 3 more trouble with traffic. She get catch with driving without insurance. They annulled that too. And then
what's the question? What's the question? If she doesn't, annulled, no prosecute. What state was this in?
Connecticut.
All right. So if they didn't choose to prosecute any of these things, she has arrests and no criminal record, she's going to be okay. If your question is, are these going to cause a problem with her removing the conditions of her permanent residence, it doesn't sound like, based on what you're telling me, she has any convictions.
Okay.
So
How about going forward for citizenship?
Well, she has to prove good moral character. So if she's getting arrested a lot, that goes against her good moral character. 3 of them are vehicle traffic infractions. That's not a big deal. But she did get an arrest for domestic violence, but they chose not to prosecute it. Hopefully that shouldn't prevent her, that one arrest shouldn't prevent her from proving good moral character, but it does go against her moral character.
So only one of them is arrest. The rest of them with a ticket to go to court. Those are not arrested.
Yeah, there's no law that says that you can't become a citizen because you're a bad driver. I'm only concerned about that fight they had, the domestic violence, but it wasn't prosecuted. You're allowed to have a bad day.
Okay.
All right. What maybe you don't understand what I'm saying is you got to prove good moral character. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get arrested for domestic violence, for that particular moment, you're not really showing good moral character if you're getting yourself arrested for domestic violence. So the government looks at that. And what the law says is you have to be a person of general good moral character. The law doesn't say you have to be a person of good moral character every minute and every second in the last 3 years. So if you have a good attorney, your attorney would say, hey, they had a bad night. Doesn't make them a bad person. Now, if they're getting arrested every other month for domestic violence and all the cases are thrown out, doesn't make them deportable, but you can't make that argument, 2, 3, 4 arrests. Hey, they had a bad night in January, they had a bad night in March. April was a bad night also. So, in this particular case, she's a bad driver and had one bad night for moral character. I think she'll be a citizen, but, I'm not there. I don't see what you're looking at. So, but that's my opinion. I'm giving you my opinion.
Okay. So my next question now. Donald Trump coming in with a law about I hear you talk about it a lot. Like people overseas that trying to come to America, like if you file for your mom, would like to prove that to the government that they are able to work or health insurance and all those things. So for a kid that is 14, that would affect that kid. They have to try to prove that too.
Where is this child?
In Jamaica.
You're not going to prove a child's going to work, but you got to certainly prove that child's is healthy and you're going to be able to support that child well above the poverty level. When it's dealing with children and it's dealing with elderly people, it becomes harder. You got to be earning more money. That's the new rule. All right, so come have a consultation. Let's go to Lisa in Queens. Lisa.
Hi. I have a couple of questions.
Yes.
First question is, if a person crossed the border and is living here illegally, would it be faster to do a spouse-based petition or if they're adult child petition for them?
They're both the same, but if they entered without inspection, unless they're 245I or somebody in the family is in the military and you can get parole in place, they have to go back home to pick up their green card and have a 10-year bar. You can get a waiver through the spouse. You can't get a waiver through your adult son or daughter. So most likely, I would say have the spouse file.
Okay, because I heard an immigration attorney telling me that as long as that person is married, can their adult child still petition for them?
Yes, but you need a provisional waiver through the spouse. The spouse is going to come into play no matter what.
Right. Okay.
And it sounds like to me you have no idea what a provisional waiver is, so let me explain it. Because the person...
Well, I know it's the extreme hardship waiver.
Yes, because they can't adjust their status here, so they have to go home. And you got to do that waiver before they go home. And you can only do a waiver through a spouse.
Oh, okay. Okay, so even before an adult child petitions, the waiver has to already be in place?
No, the waiver's in place before they go home.
Okay.
You need help. Hold on one second. You need help. I'm not going to be able to explain it all here. Let's go to Stacy in Washington. Stacy. Stacy.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yes. How are you, Brad?
What's going on?
I have 3 questions. If you have like joint tax return, I filed them with my husband, and I do have other evidence to show, and I don't have a bank account. Will that cause a problem?
It doesn't help you. When you have to prove that you have a bona fide marriage with your spouse, you have to prove you physically live together, and you have to prove you have a financial relationship. A financial relationship starts with having a joint bank account and paying all your bills out of that joint bank account. That's where it all begins. So if you're not doing that and you're saying, is that a problem? It's certainly not helping your case, that's for sure.
What if you have like credit cards together?
What if you have lots of things together, but you're not commingling your funds? That's not a joint financial relationship.
Okay, my second question. Do I have to receive a notice first before filing my I-751?
No.
And what is the filing fee for the I-751?
$680.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Rona in Rockville, Maryland. Rona.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
What's
How
going on?
are you, Brad?
Good. What's going on?
I just want to ask a question. Is it true that if you're a citizen, they can take away your citizenship from you?
No, that's not true.
Okay.
That's it?
That's it. Thank you so
you're welcome.
much.
Let's go to Jessica in Seattle, Washington. Jessica.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Good. So I have a few questions for you. One is, I have a friend of mine that got married that boyfriend applied visitor visas and student visa in the past. So now they got married last year. So what's the best option for the person to get here?
They got file an I-130 visa petition for them.
Okay, but the person is a resident, is not a citizen.
File an I-130 visa petition for them. The quicker, the better.
Okay. The guy is from Nigeria, and we
file
heard
an I-130 visa petition. The quicker, the better.
Okay. So the second question is about myself. I had an asylum interview like since 2017, but till now they haven't called me. But before my asylum interview, I had one domestic violence, but I wasn't guilty about it. But since then, I have not heard from them about.
So you said you have an interview, or you filed it and waiting for an interview?
I had an interview since 2017. I have not got response from them.
You got it. You were interviewed in 2017, and nobody made a decision on your case?
Yes, I'm in the United States.
Okay, then you need to get a lawyer to push this along or file a mandamus. Hold on. Let's go to Vita in Queens. Vita. Hello?
Hi, good night.
How are you?
I'm fine. I had a little question to ask you. I had a son, and he was like 21 when I filed my papers.
Right.
When I married, he was just turned 21. I wanted to know if I can still file for him, if I'll get him at like minor.
No, he's an adult now. If you file for him, he's going to wait 5-6 years for a green card.
Okay. So it don't make no sense to file for him right now, right?
No, it makes sense, because if you don't file for him, he's never getting here. So do something. File for him, even if it takes 5-6 years. Better than nothing. You know how many people say, oh, it makes no sense because it's going to take too long? And then they call me back 5 years later and say, how do I get my son here? I said, well, if you listened to me 5 years ago, he'd be here. So go do it.
Okay, next question.
Yes.
I had a friend, he had a misdemeanor. What effect that can do again to you?
What kind of misdemeanor? What state? What did he do? I have no idea.
He had a misdemeanor in New York.
What was the misdemeanor for?
They said somebody sold him something.
I don't know what somebody sold him something means.
Like something stole from somebody and they sell it to him.
So he was in receipt of stolen property?
Yes.
Did he go to jail?
No.
And it was a misdemeanor for sure?
Yes.
And
Yes, that's all.
was there a fraud involved in this?
Fraud? No.
Okay, so it means it sounds like he has a crime of moral turpitude. Maybe a petty offense, I'm not sure.
So would it go against him? Like
Yes.
how much year that misdemeanor would stay on his record?
For the rest of his eternity. If your question is he going to get deported? If your question is, can he travel? Can he become a citizen? Those are questions you may want to ask me. A question of, does it stay on his record forever? Of course it does. Okay?
Yeah,
I don't know. You're telling me, you're giving me cryptic information, vague information, and want me to solve some guy's problem with cryptic, vague information.
can he
He
get
sold something to
deported?
something
Can
and
he-
somebody got something somewhere. So it could be on his record for the rest of his life. I don't know.
Can he get deported with one
This is what you need to
misdemeanor?
do. Bring in the disposition to me, and I'll tell him exactly where he stands. Hold on one second. All right. Let's go to Yashina in Poughkeepsie. Yashina.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So, I'm here in the United States on an F1 visa. So it's about to be up.
What's about to be up?
My F1 visa.
Okay. You're on a student visa?
Yes. Now
Okay.
I'm on OPT.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be up in July 14. My father already put in my file for me, but I'm over 21. Do you think I can stay here to adjust, or should I go home?
When did your father file for you?
2015.
I think you're going to have to go home probably for at least a year. They're only up to 2013, so you're going to probably have to go home and wait a year, is my guess.
Okay.
All right, but let's see where they're at. Contact me about 60 days before your OPT is up, and let's see where they're at.
All right. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. So now, partner and personal injury attorney Moshe Baruch tells us about an incredible car accident settlement. We're talking over 6 figures that he got for his client, even though that client had no damage to his vehicle. Let's watch. According to statistics, car accidents cause over 40,000 fatalities and on average 2 million serious or permanent injuries every year in the United States. Unfortunately, it has been reported that these numbers continue to rise despite improvements in automobile safety features. Perhaps the reason is the number of drivers on the road. In 2019, there were more than 227 million licensed drivers in the United States. Serious vehicular accidents are terrifying and catastrophic to be involved in on many different levels, physically, emotionally, financially. Having a good attorney to pursue compensation for you after a car accident is important because the process can be incredibly difficult even when all involved parties are insured. Tell me, Moshe, why you need a strong attorney to be representing you in situations like this and what you're going to do different than the guy who meets you at the hospital and says, here, take my card.
You only have one bite at the apple. Brad, you say this all the time. Do not take any risks when it comes to your personal injury case. This is your well-being we're talking about. If you are injured, you need an attorney who understands how insurance companies operate, what they're willing to pay, and how far they're willing to go. Brad, as you know, we're a trial firm. If the insurance company doesn't want to pay what we think is fair and reasonable compensation, guess what, Brad? We're going to trial. We have zero hesitation to do that. So you must ask yourselves, do you want this to prolong for 6 years with an inexperienced attorney who has no idea what he's doing? Or do you want fair and reasonable compensation at the fastest pace possible?
Give me one of your success stories.
So thinking off the top of my head, we had a client who was rear-ended in a motor vehicle accident on the, I believe it was a Throgs Neck Bridge. Both vehicles didn't have a single scratch on them. And I mean that literally, Brad. One of the defenses in the case from the defendants was that there couldn't possibly have been any damage to our client's back because the bumpers, the front and the rear of both cars were perfectly intact. Now, one of the arguments I made at trial, and this went to trial because they didn't want to pay anything, when a motor vehicle is built, it's built to withstand the impacts that were presented in this accident. But when the human body is made, obviously, the human body is not built to withstand those type of
God
events.
didn't make a human body to be full of steel.
And so we proved, obviously with medical documentation and evidence and testimony, that our client was severely damaged as a result of this motor vehicle accident. It started with muscle spasm. He went to get an MRI. It showed herniations and bulges to his back. And we convinced the jury to give us 6 figures in this trial.
Over $100,000.
Exactly.
From zero. That shows the type of law firm that we are. We have results in millions and millions of dollars. Millions of dollars because we were able to present to a jury or an insurance company serious life-threatening injuries. But I would say this, and we don't want anyone to get into an accident. Please buckle up. We want you to be safe. But we also know that over 40,000 fatalities happen every year, and there's millions and millions of accidents every year in the United States. New York State being one of the most accident-prone states in the United States of America. And as Moshe the Bulldozer Baruch said, when you get into an accident, you have one opportunity to get the largest pie you can. You don't get second opportunities. Please make sure you're compensated with a big pie. And how do you do that? Pick your attorneys wisely. And if you think Spar and Bernstein, Moshe the Bulldozer Baruch is the attorney for you, then the best thing you should do, and I always say this, you just put our number in your telephone, save it, 1-800-529-5465. You never know when you'll need it. Hope you never have to call it. But if you do, we're here 24 hours a day, literally, to help you. Right, Moshe?
That's right.
Moshe, fantastic job. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right. So, by the way, we'll do social media check-in. But by the way, before we do social media, but we'll do it again. By the way, before that, if you didn't get a chance to, everyone's telling me I was harsh today. Yeah. You didn't get a chance to have a harsh telephone conversation with me. You can have a very pleasant DM with me on my Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein. You can drop me a DM. I'll try to help you as best as I can. If not, I'll tell you to have a consultation. I help lots of people every day answer their questions. Just drop me a DM. And you can follow me on at Real Brad Bernstein too. I'd appreciate it and like a few pictures. You can also follow us at Brad Show Live. If you follow us at Brad Show Live, you'll get the best content from Brad Show Live, whether it's our produced pieces, me answering questions and social media check-in, or on the telephone, or some of our schmoozing as well, or even some of our attorney insights and attorney close-ups. You can also follow us at Brad Show Live. You can like our post. You can like our post at Brad Show Live. That gives away the free consultation, which we're going to pull out of our machine on Wednesday, and tag 5 friends. Follow the instructions on the post at Brad Show Live. And Yo-Yo.
And you can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV.
All right, let's do something we like to call social media check-in.
All right, our first one comes from Christopher saying, I got my permanent green card for 3 years now, but have always filed income taxes, married, filed separate. And I want to file for citizenship. Would it work against my chances?
If you're basing it on 3 years and you're not filing a joint tax return, you will not become a citizen.
All right. Tamar is saying, hey, Brad, it's your loyal listener, Toya. So now the question is, married on a visitor's visa, applying, or married, okay, now here. The question is about putting married on visitor's visa application, saying married when I was only engaged, but got married 8 months after, and you said that was fraud. So
it is.
Okay, so what should I do now that I'm legally divorced and now married to a U.S. citizen, and he's already filed the I-130, 485, 765?
Be prepared to file a waiver, get a lawyer.
All right. M saying, I have a question concerning my sister's situation. Her husband won the DV lottery 2010, but during the time he was filing the lottery, he was single, no kid, but later he had a son out of wedlock, but he never disclosed it to the consular during his green card interview. Now he's a U.S. citizen, and during his citizenship, he included the son in his citizenship papers, and they never had problems with that, and now he has petitioned for both the son and the wife and the daughter who was born afterward. Now the question is, will it be a problem if he never told the consular about his child who was born after his green card entry but before the green card interview?
After his green card entry, but before his green card interview? You mean after his green card interview, but before his entry? I think
exactly
he's
what it
okay.
said.
What?
Okay, I read exactly.
Yeah, because that otherwise it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, so basically he had the kid before.
I think he needs to come talk to me so we understand what happened.
Right.
I hear that he went for his interview at the U.S. Embassy. After that interview, he had a child out of wedlock, so the child wasn't born when he had an interview. But before he entered the United States with his immigrant visa, there's nobody questioning
for the
him.
green card interview, he never told the consulate that
That's
he had
fine,
the
but
kid.
this child didn't exist at that moment. The child was born after, but before he entered America. That's how I hear it.
No, so it says later, he later had a son out of wedlock after the lottery.
After the interview.
Yeah, so he had the DV lottery 2010. He was single with no kid. Then he had a son out of wedlock, but he never disclosed it to the consular during his green card interview. So that means he had the son before that interview.
Well, we would have to discuss exactly what happened. Maybe he didn't know the son existed. Maybe he misunderstood question. Maybe he lied and needs a waiver. I don't know. But he became a citizen. Nobody questioned him about it. So the concern is, when he goes back, when the son shows up at the U.S. Embassy, how come you didn't mention him before? Are they going to hold the son up? I would need to speak to him and find out more. Right.
Maya is saying, does anyone know what a G56 call and noticed about?
It's just a notice from immigration to do something.
Okay. So that's it?
That's it for
that?
today?
No.
Oh.
No. I was just saying.
I was like, wow, that's fast.
No. Okay, Harjinder saying, I came here illegally. My Valith 360 approved. My 485 applied. My asylum also pending in immigration court. USCIS told judge can grant relief. Am I eligible?
You have to get your removal terminated first and your asylum withdrawn before you can file your adjustment for the power.
Okay. Andrea said I was denied for the I-485, I-130. Was told to reapply again. Do I wait until I get an answer in 20 days, or can I start refiling now?
Refile now if you've already been denied.
Okay, because now I'm a U.S. citizen filing for a Jamaican husband.
Refile now.
All right, Nikki saying, if you got arrested over 5 years ago, can you sponsor a spouse?
Yes.
The case was dropped to misdemeanor.
Yes.
B.I. Jand saying, my wife is an immigrant or is immigrating to the U.S. Our 3-year-old U.S. citizen son is coming with her to the U.S. for the first time. For DS-260 applicants' children section purposes, is our son immigrating or not?
Yes, immigrating.
All right, Mark Jones saying, how long will it take to get your work permit and change of status after I filed? Bob saying, what if I don't withdraw my asylum petition as I already got my conditional green card through the wife? What happens to my asylum? Is it good to remove it or
you still have to withdraw it? You shouldn't have even been granted your conditional residence, though. They made a mistake. You got to withdraw it.
Because I have plans to go back to my country.
You got to withdraw it. You're going to have a problem returning to U.S.
Okay. Annie saying, asking for my homegirl. Her husband owed child support and took all her money out of her account. She said to ask you, will it continue? And maybe the husband took, or maybe the husband owed child support and they took out all the money.
The child support collection took the money out of their joint account. So in those particular cases, yes, it's going to continue. Stop putting money in the joint account for right now.
Right.
Until you get the child support straightened out.
Vito saying, I had my interview November 22nd, but medical exam was expired. The I-130 approved 12/06, so December 6th. RFE for exam was received and responded 47 days ago, and still no answer. Online update. How much longer should I wait?
What?
So did the interview November 22nd. The medical exam was expired. So the I-130 was approved.
Right.
And December 6th, the RFE for exam was received. And it's been 47 days.
120 days from December 6th.
Okay. Fatima is saying, my longtime boyfriend has been trying to come here through student and visitor's visa, but was denied. Recently, I visited Africa and got married to him there. What is the best option for him to come join me here? I'm a resident.
File an I-130 visa petition for your husband.
Okay, and last one for now, Pucci Gudas, saying my boyfriend got married and is currently in the USA on a work permit. Didn't get a green card because the marriage did not work out. I'm a British citizen. Is there any way I can get get him to move to the UK, I can.
I'm not a UK
him
lawyer.
At all
They
to
want-
move to,
I'm
yeah.
not a UK lawyer. I have no idea.
Okay.
All right. With that, Sally and Gilroy Chow were born and raised in Mississippi after their families immigrated there from China. The Chows are renowned for their Chinese Cantonese U.S. Southern-style recipes. They are gracious enough to invite Bradshaw Live into their home to cook an authentic Chow-style dinner for us. I promise this is going to make you hungry. Let's watch.
Hi, I'm Gilroy. This is my wife Sally. We're the Chows from Clarksdale, Mississippi. We're here to prepare a Southern Chinese meal for you. It's Chinese, but it's Southern, and it's strictly home cooking because we're not in the business, but as we get together as friends and family, we like to eat when we get together. And so we're going to do a little cooking and a little getting together and just hanging out, and it's going to be a fun evening. So just
come on in. Well, this evening we're going to have several dishes, homemade, and to start off we're going to have charbroiled roast pork.
This is a homemade drum. It's got a hole cut the appropriate size and the pot's the appropriate size to hold the charcoal. And the ring, as you see, is around the outside, and the drippings fall to the side on the bottom, but not into the fire. We marinated it, and then halfway through the process, we've re-basted it with the sauce. And you just see how nice that is. And again, you can see the meat pulling off the bones. The sauce that we made, caramelized, it's got a nice sheen to it.
We'll also have Delta Southern fried rice, and we call it Southern fried rice because it has bacon. You know, everything tastes better with bacon, and also ham.
This is what's going to make our fried rice a little bit southern, to have some ham in it. Everything is diced, so it's the same texture. Since everything has to happen quickly, you want to have everything ready at hand. Pre-cooked the bacon so that it's nice and crispy and done, because we don't like floppy bacon. And then we use the oil, and you'll see later how that's used in the dish. Shrimp, peas, Vidalia onion, green onion, celery, ham, bacon, scrambled eggs, bacon fat, and then the rice. We're going to season it with oyster sauce, a little sea salt, black pepper, a little soy sauce, and we like to use canola oil. If you pre-season it, the bottom half is already seasoned. We're cooking on this wok that we've had for 47 years. When we stir fry, we're going to get a lot of heat, and it's going to cook quickly. And it's the old traditional Chinese wok cooking, and when you get that heat in, and it adds to the flavor, and it gives it what they call wok hay. Season the pan with a little bit of salt. We like to use a little garlic, sometimes ginger, depending on the dish, but this one we like, and here you get a nice little sizzle. The bottom of the spatula is the shape of the wok, and so when you scrape, it gets everything. Give it a nice mix. So we've got our ham. This time, since we're coming in with the vegetables, we're going to give it a little salt, peas, celery, onions. You can just smell those flavors marrying. We just take our rice that we pre-seasoned, and boom. And so we're going to season with a little bit of oyster sauce, a little bit of pepper. This is where you need the big wok to get a good mix, break up your big clumps. Here comes the magic ingredient. That's the rending out of the bacon. And the last touch, sesame oil. We do it at the end because if you cook sesame oil, you will lose the flavor. And there we have fried rice, Southern style. There you go, fried rice.
There's also going to be black-eyed peas with pigtails, which is a traditional New Year's dish that we like to serve. It brings good luck, and of course everybody wants good luck. So we started the black-eyed peas, and it's been cooking maybe an hour or so. And then I'm going to add the magic ingredient, which are pigtails. My girlfriend's husband, Steve, told me when you're cooking dried beans, do not stir the beans until they're finished cooking because it will tear up the beans. You know, black-eyed peas are traditionally good luck for people at New Year's time. And so for Chinese New Year's, we said, well, we could go ahead and use the American version of black-eyed peas, and we'll add a little twist to it. In dried black-eyed peas and mini beans, they ask that the directions say to soak it overnight in water. And I like to use something with more flavor than water, although water is very healthy for us, that I soak the black-eyed peas in chicken broth. And notice I am not stirring it, I'm just letting it simmer in there. These are wonderful Vidalia onions that come at this time of the year. This will probably simmer for about an hour. And then we'll have to have a taste of it. And also we're going to have broccoli and chicken stir fry. You know, broccoli is very healthy. Usually in Chinese cooking you cut up the meat in small pieces so it'll be easy to serve and easy to eat without having to use a knife and fork. So I had this idea about just cooking the meat separately in whole pieces. This way, there's less chance of it becoming dry. So we're flavoring it with a little bit of garlic. Oh, and people in the South love pepper. Pan seared, ready for stir fry with broccoli.
And we're going to do the broccoli out here. Bradley's going to help, and Jack's going to help. Turn it over into the wok. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good sizzle.
So I like to make my gravy a little bit thick, anticipating that it's going to have more liquid from the veggies. So you got to keep the broth going, stirring it so that the gravy doesn't lump. Okay, Bradley, I think we can drop that chicken there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, ready for the broccoli. When we blanch the broccoli, I just put a smidgen of soda, baking soda in it to help it retain its bright green color. Okay, I'm going to put a little oyster sauce. This is one of my favorite ingredients, sesame oil. And we're also going to have shrimp cantonese. It's a very special dish. It's traditional for a lot of weddings and birthday parties. Shrimp cantonese is a gravy-based dish with shrimp, and it has pork and a thick gravy with eggs and garnished with some green onions. But it is served over white rice.
So it's shrimp, fresh ground pork, egg, broth, garlic, ginger, and finished with green onion.
And what we have here is dried black beans that I soaked earlier. We like to mix it with a little bit of garlic and then a little bit of soy.
This garlic and ginger will infuse into the oil. It will flavor everything. So then we'll take the pork.
Oh, you hear that nice sizzle? That's great.
We want the pork to get a nice sear to it.
This is definitely heat in the kitchen. It's a hot summer day in the Delta.
See, the heat just gives that shrimp a nice red glow.
So now we are using some chicken broth. You might think, well, it doesn't look quite thick enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to use eggs as a final thickening.
And we just stir it, we don't beat it. Then all we need to do is just finish it with our green onion and give it that nice green color to go with our yellow and white and the pink from the shrimp. We put the sesame in at the end, fold that in. That's shrimp cantonese.
And for dessert, we're going to have Aunt Wanda's sponge cake. And then we're going to serve it with my Aunt Jean's topping, crunch Heath bars.
In our kitchen, there's always room for artistic expression. So sometimes she does a little bit differently than I do, and sometimes I'll do it a little bit differently than she does. We have a lot of fun in the kitchen, and it's time we get to spend together. All this cooking has gone for naught if we don't eat it and enjoy it. So we're here together, Sally and Gilroy, and we have our friends Ray and Rob Rancy, all the way from Australia. You get the prize for coming the furthest. Because, Bradley, Jennifer, Jack, and Emily came all the way from Germantown, Tennessee. And so we're welcoming everybody here, and we hope that everybody enjoys the meal.
All right, I'm ready for dinner now, Yo-Yo.
I am starving after that.
I am starving after that. By the way, it's Chinese New Year is January 25th.
Yes.
So I am sure they're going to be cooking up a huge, huge meal there.
Did they send you any?
No. Maybe maybe they'll see that. We should do a road trip, maybe, Jill says.
I'm down.
Yeah? If they're going to be cooking?
Yeah, and
Why
if
not?
we have like a celebrity tour bus.
Why not? You want a celebrity tour bus across America, Bradshaw Live?
Yeah, with the BSL logo.
Not bad. Not a bad thought. Not a bad thought. I'll bring my mug with me. I'll bring the mug.
There you go.
All right. 1 minute on the clock. We're going to answer 10 questions.
1 minute.
1 minute.
Since it's a minute, do I have to say their names?
No, just go.
Okay, so you guys listen for your question. I'm not going to say your name. All right?
Go.
My court case dismissed. Can I still get my green card?
Yes.
Can my kids, can my kids that are here step grandfather that has a green card file for them?
Step grandfather? No.
How long does it take to get answers filed for I-485 work permit?
About 6 months.
Have an interview next week as soon as my kids under 18. Will they get the interview back in the islands? It's married based. My husband filed separate. I'm 130 for each.
You got to get your green card first.
I just want to know, is there a deadline for filing AOS?
No.
How long the holder green card through VAWA can stay before to apply for citizenship?
3 years.
I have a resident green card. Can I file for my husband from Nigeria?
Yes.
Is owing $5,000 or child support $5,000 on IRS inadmissible?
Owing $5,000 to the IRS is not inadmissible, or not owing child support is not admissible.
If applying for a VAWA and do not show up to testify in trial, would that deny my application?
It's certainly not helping it.
If you're American
That's
born,
it, we did it.
Oh,
snap! Snap, snap, snap! Comments of the day. Comments of the day, Julian. We did it. Very fair show today, Yo-Yo.
Did it?
I mean, I think a lot of people can say, hey, we gypped them. We usually do a 2-hour show. We gypped them today. It's been an hour and 20-minute show. We went right through it fast.
Hey, guys.
It's one of those days. It's one of those days. Uncle Brad shows up in a tie, and the whole thing.
Yes.
They said I wasn't going to mess around.
Yeah.
Right?
This is you in the tie. I like you with the tie. All right, our first comment of the day comes from Alicia Henry saying, squad up Brad and his team. Class started. Subject is immigration law. The very best teacher, so all his students will pass the subject with credit and distinction.
All right, very nice.
Oh,
Thank you.
wow. That was fun. All right, our second comment of the day comes from Donna Bless saying, I'm here playing Monopoly with my husband now. I can't miss my favorite show of my life for nothing. I have my earbuds stuck into my ears playing my Monopoly game and listening to Brad Show Live.
All right, I'm just trying to picture this. They're having a Monopoly thing going on. She's not even talking to her husband. She has her earbuds in.
Right.
All right, there's like silent Monopoly game going on, and she has her, I can just totally see that.
That's a lot going on.
Yeah.
All right, our third comment of the day, Jeff Bozy saying, Jonathan, I think the only thing that's bringing up the vision of a bomb coming after you is every time you guys do a speed round, and that's what's clicking in your head. Maybe that's what it is,
Maybe
but
it
not
is.
today.
Maybe it is. Nope, we did
Not today. All right, our fourth comment of the day comes from Jessica Leamy saying, ain't no party like a Brad Show Live watch party.
All right, that is true.
I like
that is true.
Yeah, and our fifth one comes from Jack A. Harris saying Netflix and chill. You already said this one. No, Brad Show Live and chill.
Yes. I did say
what?
that. That was the pre-comment.
Yeah. Do you know what comes with Netflix and chill?
What?
You're not really watching Netflix.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
Oh, you don't know what? Okay, we're gonna talk about
Talk
that
about
off. That's what happens in Netflix and chill because you ain't watching Netflix. They're doing so. Yeah.
I got it now.
And, yeah. And our last comment of the day comes from, this is on IG from Nesquik.
Nesquik.
Said, don't burn without me. And we did it. we did it.
We did it in a second to spare, Nesquik.
Yes.
A second to spare. All right. So tomorrow, I will be taking a day off. We'll be back live Monday. We'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend, guys. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?